Thomas Shepard, 1605 to 1649. God's Story. A sudden motion nearly thrust Thomas Shepard from his bunk in the hold of the ship. Shouts and thumps sounded overhead. Leaving his wife and son below, he hurried onto deck. The dawning light revealed the danger. A fierce wind was blowing the ship straight toward the shore. Shepard grasped the railing and struggled to keep his footing. Had he misunderstood God's will in taking his family to New England? They'd planned to leave before winter, but the ship's departure had been delayed many weeks. When it finally sailed 2 days earlier, storms had blown it off course. Now it appeared they would all perish. Sailors raced about and clambered in the ropes above, shouting and straining as they tried to change direction. "Man overboard!" Shepard turned and scanned the ocean. A bobbing head rapidly grew smaller as the waves swept the seamen farther and farther away. The other sailors, trying frantically to turn the ship, could do nothing to save him. A harsh sound echoed through the timbers, and the entire ship trembled. Its keel was grating against sand. Thomas trembled too. What would happen to little Thomas and to Margaret, who was expecting their second child? A sailor carrying a hatchet ran past Shepard. He swung it to cut a taut rope, and the ends flew apart with a loud twang. The ship groaned and shuddered free from the sand. It turned and sailed farther along the coast. An hour later, excited shouts erupted from the men high in the rigging. They had sighted their lost companion. Sailors lowered a boat with 3 men in it. When they reached the man floating in the water, he appeared dead. They hauled him into the boat and forced water from his lungs. He gasped and began breathing. By the time they returned to the ship, he was able to speak and walk. The ship sped in the wrong direction all night. The next day the captain was finally able to anchor it. Then another even stronger wind arose. More anchors were cast out, but the cables broke. The ship again flew toward shore. The shipmaster cried out, "We are all dead men!" A sailor near Shepard pointed ahead. "There will be our graves." 2 of the ship's guns were fired to signal for help. Thousands of people crowded the walls surrounding the city of Yarmouth, looking down on the vessel about to wreck. The wind and waves were too strong for any of them to attempt to rescue. A man on board eventually persuaded the sailors to chop down the mast. The last small anchor was thrown out, but the wind still drove the ship toward shore. "I have done what I can." The master threw up his hands. "You must pray." Another minister prayed with the 200 passengers below, while Shepard prayed with the seamen on the deck. He committed their souls and bodies unto the Lord who gave them. Immediately after prayer, the wind lessened. The anchor caught on the bottom, and its cable stretched tight. The ship slowed to a stop just short of running up on the sand. Shepard thanked God that the small anchor and its narrow cable held the large ship in the great storm. A man of faith pointed to the thin cable. "That thread we hang by will save us